Hello, everyone. My name is Vijay Shopuje, and I am here today to discuss a very important happening that has happened in last week, wherein the Madras High Court has restrained Center from publishing the 2025 NIRF rankings. This is one of the, I would say, most important news as far as the Indian education ecosystem is concerned. And I'm here to discuss about what is this news about, what has happened with the NRF rankings, and what is the upcoming way or the things that would happen in future with respect to the 2025 NRF rankings. Before I move ahead, let me tell you why I'm here as well as in what capacity I'm speaking. So I'm a patent agent working with lot of educational institutions with the in the life sciences domain with lot of universities, private institutions, government institutes, with the patent as well as the innovation ecosystem. In last 7 to 8 years, what we have seen is that there is a steady flow of patent filing or increase in numbers of patent filing because of a lot of factors, and one of the major factors has been with respect to the rankings, and the major contributor to this has always been the NIRF rankings. So, what is what is it that makes NIRF rankings so significant as far as the higher educational institutions are concerned, and why this why has the Madras High Court restrained the center, the government of India, from publishing the 2025 NIRF rankings? Just a disclaimer: all these views are personal views and need not be attributed to any of my affiliations basically. So NIRF rankings, as we know, is uh, conducted by the NBA, that is National Board of Accreditation, which comes under the Ministry of Education. They are carrying out the rankings, which since 2016, the year it was launched, in 2024, we had multiple categories. I remember 7 or 8 years back, there were only 6 to 7 categories for the NRF rankings as such. But if we look at it today, we have overall ranking, then we have universities ranked as per the NIRF, then we have the colleges, individual institutions, then there is a separate category for research institution, came up a separate category with open universities, then with the skill universities, state public universities, and innovation rankings as well. Now, these NIRF rankings are also in various domains, from the engineering, management, pharmacy, which I've been tracking very closely since last so many years, the medical, dental, law, architecture, agriculture. Now, uh, NBA, like National Board of Accreditation, is every year they come up with the rankings in these specific categories. They publish the top institute in each of the domains basically. Now, how are they doing it? So there are majorly five separate parameters, what they call it as criterias. And what are these criterias? These criterias are teaching learning resources, uh, research and professional practice, the graduation outcomes, outreach and inclusivity, and peer perception. All these criterias have different weightage to them depending on the significance of these criterias, and these criterias have sub headings as well, like for example, uh, In case of NIRF rankings, the research and professional practice also has something related to the number of research papers and the patents that have been actually filed or published or commercialized by the higher education institution as such. Now, how did this Madras High Court thing started? So there is a PIL filed, public interest litigation, by C. Chellamuthu of Odanchatram in Dindigul district in Tamil Nadu. Now, what is a PIL? Now, PIL in a typical context is an action or a legal action initiated in court to protect or enforce the public interest, especially when those affected cannot do so themselves due to socio-economic or other barriers as such. So, generally speaking, PIL is with respect to the interest of general public, not for the purpose of individual interest. And who can file the PIL? Any member of the public, including individuals. Now, this PIL has been filed by an individual, and NGOs can file a PIL to address matters of public interest. The PILs are filed at the High Court. Now, herein, in this specific PIL, the petitioner claimed that the NIRF ranking was totally without any basis and it is misleading students. How is it being done? The petitioner actually uh, questions the way by which the NIRF is providing the ranking. What is the modus operandi, or what is the procedure? The NBA directs the institutions to upload the data. Right now, the portal is open for uploading the data. What data? Like student and staff strength, staff salaries, graduation index, placement details, fund received for research development, all these data with respect to these five specific parameters or criteria need to be uploaded by the higher educational institution on the portal of the NBA or the NIRF ranking. However, there is no verification or auditing of the data at all. Now, based on the data that is entered by the institution, rankings are awarded. Now, this is what is being questioned in this particular PIL. There is no verification or auditing of the data at all. Now, the key question herein is it really necessary to verify or do auditing of the data at all? Let us see what this PIL is about. The PIL says that the institutions are manipulating the data. The institutions are manipulating the data. There is no transparency or accountability of the data submitted by the institutions. What is that basis based on which the PIL is filed? The PIL submitted comparative data of NAC, the National Assessment and Accreditation Council. So the institution, higher educational institution, has to maintain AQAR, the annual quality assurance report, and the NIR, report, which are posted online by some of these institutions. All the institutions have to put the NAC AQAR data in the on their website. If you go to any higher educational institution website, basically. Now, what the petitioner did is they compared this data, and there were try to understand this. The higher educational institution is putting some data on one web portal, which is an NIRF ranking, which is different than on their website, which has NAC's AQAR data actually. Now, it is the responsibility of the academic institution to put the correct data on the NIRF ranking website. The petitioner claimed that the figures corresponding to number of PhD students, the faculties, the R&D funds, consultancies, project funds are higher in the NIRF reports than the AQAR reports. Now, why is the petitioner focusing on NAC's AQAR report? Is that NAC accreditation, the peer review committee team comes to the institute and evaluates all the data as such. Now, this data has a better authenticity as per the petitioner compared to the data which is submitted by the institution on their own for the NIRF purpose and which is also available online. So there's a mismatch of the data. Now, instead of collecting the data from the available portal, or available government records, institutions were invited to submit the data online. There is no verification of the data, and without verification, a government agency, NIRF, is providing the rankings actually. They are awarding the rankings actually. Now, where is the challenge basically? How are these institutions or universities utilizing the or using the NIRF rankings is with respect to marketing of the institution basically, or they are promoting the quality of the institution in terms of the rankings. And how is it impacting? As per the petition, or the as per the PIL, the negatively impacting the quality of education in India basically, because it is impacting the students actually. Now, so there is a perception that gets created about an institution which may have provided false data on the NIRF portal. The petition also says the reputed academicians and educationalists had criticized the system followed by the NRF. There is no verification or authentication of the data. The petition requested grant of an order of interim stay restraining authorities from publishing the NIRF ranking for 2025. This case went to Madras High Court, and based on the data manipulation and the transparency with respect to, as well as the data verification basically, since it is impacting the education quality, this matter was taken up by the court, the Madras High Court, and direction has been given to NBA to publish. So the request was to direct the NBA to publish ranking only after comparing and the verifying the data submitted by institution, rather than merely using the data which is provided by the academic institution as such. Justice Nisha Banu and S. Srimati, gave this verdict, or I would say the interim order restraining that NRF rankings should not be published for the year 2025. So there is a restraint order that has come up recently. Also, the court has sought for a counter affidavit by the NRF, and the matter is posted for 24th April 2025 as such. Till that moment, there is an interim order for restraining, but that this order is with respect to publishing of the data, and which generally happens at a later stage as such, as far as this specific rankings are concerned as such. So what next? Honestly speaking, this specific news that came last week. This is an interim order. This is not the final order. Firstly, we need to update with respect to what is happening with this specific news in near future. Like we have the next hearing scheduled for the 24th April. We may get better idea about where this is headed to with respect to the Madras High Court restraining the center from publishing the 2025 NIRF rankings. You can keep watching or following us on social media as well as the YouTube channel of Pharma Literati to know more details about this particular news as such. Till that time, take care. We'll be updating you about the happenings in this specific case.